What's going on, folks? Welcome back to another episode of EWS or Bust. Before we crack on with this episode, Rich and I wanted to dedicate this one to Jared Graves. As most people will know, Jared was recently diagnosed with a cancerous brain tumour. And although at this point Jared has undergone surgery to remove the tumour, there's no doubt a long recovery road ahead and some financial strain. So, if you can, we've put a link in the show description to Jared's Just Giving page, which was set up a little while ago. But like we said in the podcast episode coming up, sometimes these things do get forgotten and, they're not necessarily in your face. So if you can spare a little bit of money, click the link. Let's all rally together and help support Jared. And that's it. Let's crack on with this episode.
I don't know, I just woke up from a little nap. It's a little dark, but you guys silly? I'm still gonna send it.
Okay. I've been waiting for this moment for months, and it's finally here.
EWS or
Bust.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of EWS or Bust with me, Rich Payne. Enjoy!
This is special. Woo-hoo!
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Tip top, Magoo. Well.
It's going to be one of those, isn't it?
Another episode of this shite.
Are we recording it? I'm not sure.
Yeah, hit record.
Are you?
Yeah.
I've got a mouthful of chocolate.
Come on then, let's get it over and done with.
Oh my god. What absolute shambles again. Hang on. Sorry, let me just...
You chew that chocolate, bro. You chew the chocolate. Oh, dear. What is it? What was it? I only saw the box real quick.
Well, actually, it's a bit fancy. It's stuff from... It's the Cambridge Confectionery Company.
Oh, beautiful. And you're only eating it because I told you that I wasn't eating because I'm currently mid-fast.
Yeah, and that was like, oh, man, I really want to eat now. Davey's not eating at all, so I'm going to find like the most delicious thing I can find in the house.
So for me, I do every month, the first, second, and third are no eating days. Just
Is it all day?
Huh?
Like all day and all night, like nothing?
Yeah, so from it's the first today, innit, when we're recording this, so it's Monday the 1st, so my last meal was yesterday on the 29th or 30th or whatever it is. And yeah, don't eat until Wednesday tea time. I never know how many hours it is, so for this, I only do it by days. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I never know exactly how many hours it is, but I've set a stopwatch on my phone, so I'm going to stop it when I eat. But yeah, I know this is not a health and nutrition podcast, but but it is good for you to sometimes do a fast. So I think once a month is about right for me, and you get so much done. Like the start of the month for us is pretty busy as well, because it's sort of like planning your visits for the month and getting sales strategies sorted and all this sort of stuff. So for me, I bang so much stuff out over those 3 days because you're not thinking about eating. It's just a black coffee every...
Thinking about eating. Survival is so overrated.
It is, isn't
really,
it?
It's pointless.
If you didn't have to do it, you kind of do save a lot.
Just hold your breath for long periods of time as well, so you don't have to talk and stuff as much.
Yeah. You don't want to waste air, do you? But yeah, it's good. You should try it. If you've never tried it out there, people, try it fast.
I'm not going to make it throughout this podcast without eating the majority of that chocolate.
Man.
So
it's amazing. Honestly, it is. The mental clarity and the amount of productive stuff that you get done during this time, it's just second to none. Because, I think biologically, your body goes into fight or flight. So it's like searching. So your senses are super on. Everything's just on. The first day is usually a bit of a struggle. Like now, it's been a day, and I'm like, this is pretty tough. But
Stressed thinking of it.
I know in the morning I'll be right as rain, tip top Magoo, ready to rip. So, so here we are with another EWS or bust, joined by the one and only Rich Payne. And I just did in the introduction, which I will record after we've done this. We're going to dedicate this episode, hopefully, if it's okay with you, to Jared Graves.
Of course. Heal up quick, Jared.
Exactly. So we'll, like I said in the intro, there is a link in the description to Jared's Just Giving, because I think as well with this, because it's been a few weeks as well since obviously he came out publicly with the brain tumor stuff. I think things get forgotten pretty quickly, you know? And maybe not forgotten in the way that people are still wearing the stickers and stuff like that, you know, and I can't remember what the hashtag is, but is it Strength for Jared? Strength for Jared. So if we do this now, hopefully it'll remind people to go and, you know, donate what you can, because no doubt it's going to get... Yeah, exactly. Whatever you'd usually spend on brake pads or some sacks or something like that, just give it Jared instead, please.
Yeah.
But if you need Remap, buy that. Because things are getting bloody hard over that side of the water.
I tried really hard then not to say anything about that blatant name drop in there. And then you just had to come out with that, didn't you? Unbelievable.
It's funny. So, what's been going on with you, mate? It's been a ropey start to this, eh? Maybe I should eat.
It's been like the Davy Burke show so far, isn't it?
Yeah, my bad, man. My bad. I forgot this was your podcast, mate.
Your podcast. Yeah. Well, what can we say?
It's been a while.
If you haven't turned over to Radio 4 or something in your car by now, I know a lot of sales people listen, don't they? So if they're probably cruising around thinking, Jesus, this is hard work already.
This is going to be a tough day today, guys.
I'm glad I've got that 10-hour drive to Scotland to get this out of the way.
Yeah.
But anyway,
It's been a while, man, since we last spoke as well. Because usually we exchange tons of messages, don't we? And, you know, bit of banter and stuff as we go.
I do actually chat outside of the podcast quite a bit with me, but we haven't for the last, maybe last few weeks.
Yeah, I think the last time we recorded was Hard Rock.
It was, which we actually met first time in person.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't had much going on. I guess we've just been busy bees and what have you, the pair of us, haven't we?
Yeah. Life sometimes gets in the way of doing fun things like this.
And do you know what it is? Another thing is I haven't. I had a fair old break in racing since Hard Rock. There was not by choice as such, but I just couldn't afford the EWSs, so I didn't do nothing else. So there was a bit of a gap there for that reason as well.
Yeah. And which rounds was it that you ended up missing? Did you miss two?
Did Canada and Italy, La Tuile.
That's right. And do you think that has a massive detriment to the rest of your season because you're not staying? Like, if you're a fighter, you'd have had like a tune-up fight.
Yeah.
So no tune-up racing.
Yeah, I felt that is the reason why I did Hard Rock, because otherwise it'd have been like a 2-month break off or something for me. Yeah. Now, having done Hard Rock, it only made it 5 weeks, but 5 weeks is still quite a time to just cruise around Jersey. So I definitely feel it did have it does to any racer probably have a slight detrimental effect, but
yeah,
there's not much you can do with that.
The Hard Rock one is our most downloaded EWS or bust as well.
Well, out of all of them ever?
Out of all of them ever.
Is it really?
Hard Rock one is the most downloaded. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I wonder why that is. Hard Rock's pretty cool, isn't it? And it's quite a unique UK event, so it's probably...
But it didn't there was no extra shares anywhere. It was just the normal stuff, just the normal route. I don't think we did the pink bike thing. I'm not sure.
No, I forgot to put it on.
Yeah, you forgot to put it on. I don't know. It's a weird thing. This whole, I've said it a million times, but the whole podcast thing is crazy because sometimes something will take you by surprise and you go, "Oh, how did it do
That's
that?"
pretty cool, though.
Yeah, but the most downloaded one so far. But it could just be like the trajectory of everything just slowly going up because there's been obviously a bit of a gap. So
yeah, well, I mean, after the start of this one, we're not going to break that now, are we? Crikey.
No. It's funny because you do get to see stats of how long people listen for. So I reckon I reckon it was about 4 minutes, this one, I think. It'll be like, just drops off a cliff after 4 minutes when people are like, what is this shit?
That first minute of you fasting or something is like, right.
Just dropping advice for people, bro.
Davey's on one. See you later. Tune into, I don't know any radio presenters, but...
Terry Wogan.
Wogan!
Well, most of them in prison, aren't they?
Less said the better, I suppose, there, isn't it?
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll take that. We're a last resort.
Yeah.
Should we talk about anything?
I don't know.
In particular?
Yeah, let's talk about the gap between hard rock. Obviously, there's probably not much to talk about, but that 5-week gap. Are you staying mindful of the fact that you've got a race coming up and trying to just stay active, fit, that sort of thing?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So like the gym program and the bike program, they don't change. Like the goal then, because I had such a large gap, you can actually almost train specifically for that last race because you've got such a block to do it in.
Yeah.
If you've only got like weeks, like a couple of weeks or a week, you can't. You're doing like maintenance basically, aren't you? You're just keeping your legs spinning and your body working. Whereas, when you've got like a 5-week break, you can almost say, right, well, hard rock, I struggled on this, did well on this, and then you can, I'll meet with our trainer guys, and then we'll get that changed straight away. So as soon as I'm back, we can focus on those things to improve them for the last races.
That's interesting. So, those guys at Jersey Sports Foundation have been awesome as well.
Yeah, they have. Yeah,
they always reach out on Instagram and say thank you for the episodes and stuff, and the tag and all that sort of thing. So those guys seem really cool.
Their own podcast.
No way, that's cool.
They have. Yeah, I am gonna probably get killed for not knowing more about this but I don't think you'll know what sort of platforms other than iTunes do you get podcasts on?
You can be on Stitcher, SoundCloud, Spotify, obviously, TuneIn Radio. There's quite a few different ones.
Oh, okay.
But for the most part, it's more about where you host it, and then it'll feed out into the different platforms. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I'm just trying to think, but they're doing their own now.
Okay, well, if they need help, dude, just ask them to reach out. I'm more than happy to do it. In fact, that's what I did with my evening last night. Is I spent 3 hours setting a podcast up for somebody else. Yeah. But it had to be done. So.
Well, we won't digress too much, but those guys have been really good in my strength training and things like that, and coordinating it in with the bike training to get the most out of it, so I'm not pooped or constantly tired and stuff. But yeah, so they're doing their own podcast now, and it's really sports related, but everything from nutrition to the psychological side of things that they cover to awesome. Strength and conditioning and all sorts. So yeah, those guys have been great.
All right. Well, once are you going to do it?
Oh, I don't know. They
you should
asked.
do though, surely. I
think they thought I was too big time.
Well, obviously you charge them. Can they afford you? That's
No.
That's the stumbling block.
No, I mean they have people who are experts in their sort of specified fields. So right. It will be a sports psychologist who's worked with the England rugby team, or
right.
a nutritionist who's nutritionist or nutritionalist.
Nutritionist.
Is it?
Yeah.
Not a nutritionalist.
I don't think so. We can check if you want, but I'm pretty sure it's nutritionist.
I'm not that fussed.
No. Good.
Anyway, yeah, one of those who's been on the Commonwealth Games sort of program and stuff. So really, really clever, specific people, not sort of guys who do the odd race trying to chase their dream a bit. And
yeah, but even
I got street smarts.
Exactly. You're podcast smart, that's for sure.
I am actually.
So, and you have a platform that you can offer them. So you should do that. And if you do, and when you do, let me know. We'll give it a share.
I will. Yeah. Anyway, in between races, from hard rock to EWS. So yeah, I've been sort of staying specific and just riding my race bike quite a lot to get just because I ride my other bike, my Trek Fuel EX. I ride that a lot because it's perfect for Jersey. But I thought no, I'll stay on my Slash. to just sort of stay used to it and how it works, because it's obviously a different bike, although similar, and just, really get as well prepared as I could for the last races of the season. And I felt good. I felt fit and healthy and well, and keen for it. So we were going to pack up and do 3 weeks away, me and the missus in Bertha.
Yep. Which is always pretty cool, isn't it? Like being able to pack up and go have a little holiday and all that sort of stuff. That's rad. It's real cool.
Definitely. So, prep wise and in between, spot on. Like I said, I had no real bike stuff going on, so I had no like race warm up or prep or anything. But I'd go out and do like some uplift, or I'd set myself some fun little personal targets as well to keep the brain ticking over. Like, even some Strava segments, say, just try and smash them, whatever. Just, you got to try and keep on it a bit when you can't race and stuff.
I don't think I've ever asked you this, but other than the gym and riding, do you do anything else that's like fitness orientated? Like, do you run? Do you
work?
Yeah, your work's pretty tough, isn't it?
Yeah, I used to, but bikes I used to do a lot of climbing, and I used to ride. Right. I don't want to say this, but I used to ride motocross.
Oh, M word.
And they are those, like all those three sports combined are like the perfect crossover sports.
Oh, mate, for sure.
Those three sports are like, I think if you were to do, maybe not climbing as much, but if you were to do moto and mountain bike and stuff, and then throw in those three sports work for each other so well. But unfortunately, when you're competing a lot and you have to train for one specifically, the others kind of get left at the wayside. And my motorbike broke and was just too much to fix, and it wasn't worth it, so I got rid of it and never had the cash to replace it. And it'd be like, oh, it's really sunny out, I could go climbing, or I could go riding. And riding would take, so I haven't for a while, I haven't done either, but I do want to get another crosser for the winter.
Right. Yeah.
Just because it's well fun.
Yeah, it is, and like you say, it's good cross training as well. I mean, it looks like if you follow any of the World Cup downhillers, most of those guys switch to riding a motocross bike through winter.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, and it keeps it mixed up over here.
Apart from Gwyn, who just drives a bloody McLaren around.
Yeah, I know. Well, that guy's living the dream.
Jesus, yeah. But yeah, most people do. Like you say, it's perfect cross training. You can see that in the amount of people that have come over from motocross and vice versa, actually, from downhill have gone to motocross and have been relatively successful. So
yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
but I mean, I don't limit it to just one type of bike. So I ride road bike, I ride pump track and dirt jumps, and obviously mountain bike. So
yeah,
you got to keep it mixed up.
Yeah, you have, of course. Diversity is definitely key with anything in life, not just sport. It's so coming into it's pronounced Ainsa, I believe.
Is it?
I don't know. I'm sure it's Ainsa.
I was just calling it Ainsa because I'm English again. Okay. So apologies to any Espanols who I'm offending.
I'm sure it's Ainsa, but I'm not sure. It might be Ainsa.
It does actually have one of those things above the S, I believe.
Does it?
I think so. I forget. I'm not sure what they call them, but that could be.
But tell me about the planning coming up to this. Obviously, driving out there with the missus. How long did you guys leave it? Setting off to before a race and stuff like that.
Okay, well, we actually made this one our whole time for this one pretty relaxed because one, for everyone, like pretty much every privateer drives themselves to a race and stuff like that, don't they? So when you've got such a distance to drive, it's just annoying, just rushing and just stressing, isn't it? So the race was practice Thursday, Friday, racing Saturday, Sunday. We actually left Monday afternoon and drove Monday, Tuesday, and got there Tuesday afternoon. So we had Tuesday afternoon and all day Wednesday just to do get set up, just chill, scope the area, and really just be able to wind down and not even have to rush on the drive. For the first time ever, actually, we drove down doing the toll-free routes to see what it'd be like.
Oh, nice.
It's all right. It's a bit of a hassle in Bertha. I gotta say, I think I'd probably be a bit more inclined next time just to smash the motorway out.
Right. But those drives will kill you, though. Like, driving is so gnarly on your body. not just the way you sit, but just like you're alert mentally, and it's just hard. It's hard work doing that sort of drive. So do you know how long it was roughly?
On the way down, I
Yeah.
mean, we stopped for the night. I think we did 12 hours or something on the way down. And 12 and a half hours. I think the thingy said 9 if you were to go tolls.
Right. So you added yourself a nice little 3 hour.
3.5 hours.
3.5
But
hour.
we weren't too fussed at all because we weren't in, we had so much time. We were like, well, let's give it a go. We saved ourselves 100 quid.
Oh, right.
So
What? Okay. After
it's
fuel.
100 quid in tolls.
Right. But you've spent more in fuel.
Yeah, but I mean, Bertha's actually pretty fuel efficient.
Is it? Okay.
So maybe you spent another 25 quid. So you probably saved 75 quid.
And you get to see some scenery and
yeah, like we drove
stop
through
and-
Bordeaux and like Toulouse and stuff, and
nice.
yeah, it is nice. So in that sense, if you're not in a rush, those are quite good ways.
Yeah. I think that's one thing you can easily fall into that trap of visiting places but not ever seeing anything. I do that a
especially,
lot.
Like French motorways are so efficient, aren't they?
Yeah.
But you don't go near or see anything.
No, you don't. So you can say, oh yeah, I went to Spain, but it's like, oh right. Yeah, all I saw was a mountain and came home.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we left with plenty of time, and like I said, we got there Tuesday afternoon. Met my old man.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so my old man.
The
on
Lord.
his,
The Lord was
Lord
out
Payne.
there.
Yeah, Lord Payne on his ultra mega whirlwind tour of Europe in his caravan met up with us.
No way, Lord Payne and the Tupperware Mansion traveling Europe.
Exactly. we had pictures opposite each other, so it was good morning, sir. Yeah, it was cool. But so it was good to have him there. Yeah, it's beautiful down there. It's a really nice place actually. Going the non-tolls as well. We sort of went up and over the mountains.
Okay.
Yeah, it's stunning.
Because you've
Really
come through like
stunning.
the Pyrenees and stuff.
I think it's
Is
the
that
mid.
right?
The midi Pyrenees. I think the main
it?
Pyrenees aren't they sort of more Andorra way,
Okay.
and we're sort of tail end. I think like the midi Pyrenees.
We're just throwing out bro geography.
Yeah.
You've heard of bro science. We just invented bro geography. You
Yeah,
you
exactly.
just guess where mountain ranges are and
That's
stuff.
terrible, isn't it? We really should do some proper research. at some
Bro
point.
geography. I love that.
Yeah.
I'm proud of myself, mate, for coming up with that.
It's a whole new thing there.
The bro
But it was
geography.
good. You're not Ainsa or Ainsa, or
Yeah.
however it is possibly said. I'm not too sure now.
Mm-hmm.
Is not far over the border of Spain, so you're only talking about 45k into Spain. So
Right.
it's really not that far once you cross the border.
Okay.
But it does feel like you are properly immersed in Spain.
Nice.
It's not like, it is, like Ainsa itself is a beautiful place situated in a lovely valley.
Mm-hmm.
You're sort of looking straight up at mountains, really nice sort of, I want to say it's like we started, or it was all based in this castle. So I presume like this medieval castle, which is a wicked.
Used to be the
setting.
home of the Kingdom of Aragon.
Right. So you know that.
Yeah.
Is that some like Lord of the Rings stuff you're banging out there?
No, but that's what it was. Everyone knows that, right? Ainsa. Yeah. Kingdom of Aragon. Nah, it said it on one of the Pink Bite things. I read it earlier.
Oh, we're just recycling facts now. But it's really, it's really nice there. It was a great place. I would happily go back to that one. It's a good spot.
Yeah.
Like as far as where the race is, the town, facilities, like stuff for people to go and do, I would highly recommend it. And
Really?
like shit hot weather as well. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's stunning weather. So.
The last two rounds looked really nice, eh? Like this one looked really good, and it looked like finale was pretty nice as well.
I don't know about finale.
Well, it was finale round for you, that's for sure.
Oh, but mate, we are on it today, aren't we?
Yeah, something like that.
But yeah, so we got there. Like again, because we travel in Bertha, we packed so much stuff in there.
Yeah.
We had We had like the 3 bikes, we had the gazebo, we had the full setup. We had to put the Dyson fan in and everything because
Oh,
yeah, we were set up for we're
nice.
experienced now, but because it's so hot in there,
Yeah.
and even in the camper, if you've got like doors open or whatever, it gets so hot. So we had the fan going, and yeah, we had it all sorted, man. We had a good setup, and
Nice.
Amy was on point with like just looking after me and cooking and all the sort of things that go with it.
What did you do for those few days before practice and stuff then? Just chill? Did you go tourist style?
We did. So we went Tuesday afternoon. We just sort of got set up and
Campsite or?
Yeah, campsite, but Matt, it was the most legit campsite I'd ever been on. It had like a basketball court, a running track, like pools, a little supermarket, restaurant, cafe.
No way.
Yeah, it was well nice. It was
Nice.
really good.
Nice.
Did
you think like many other people stay there as well for this race, or was it?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
There's a lot of races there. So I think it was like the one that was recommended on the EWS website. So
okay.
I'd recommend it. If you're going down that way and you're in a camper or something, I'd recommend that one. It was well good.
Nice.
I think it was like Camping Montesa or something it was called. But yeah, it was a good one. But yeah, we went into Ainsa on Wednesday and I had a bite to eat and just looked round and just got signed in and took it really easy and just chilled. Like obviously, like I said, my dad turned up, so we caught up, and it was really nice to take it easy and just sort of gather yourself before the madness begins.
Yeah. Did your dad stay on the same campsite as well then?
He did, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
awesome.
He stayed opposite. Like I could have thrown stones at him if I wanted. But yeah, so that was good. So it gave us loads of time just to, get the bike out, get it put. You don't have to really put it together. But like, just make sure everything works and the usual, without having to stress or run round or anything like that. So yeah, it was good. It was a good start.
Good, yeah. Sounds like it. And coming into the race, obviously you said you felt healthy, everything was good. Yeah. Any bike changes, anything like that for the final couple?
I just put a bigger rotor on the rear, so I was running 203s, 35 bike rotors, front and rear. Cool. Other than that, no, I had it sorted because like I said, I've been riding it in the time in between, so I was really happy with setup, tires, just everything. Nothing had changed apart from a bigger rotor on the rear.
Yep.
Which I hadn't done before just because I didn't have the right adapter, so I not got around to it. But yeah, that's about it.
Right, and you didn't race here the first time. It was.
I didn't. 2015.
2015. Yeah. Okay.
No, but I heard when it rains, it really rains there apparently, and I think in that round in 2015 they had to write off a stage because it black flooded and just turned into an absolute monsoon, river running down it.
Yeah, that's right.
Which I can see it's so dry out there and so rocky that it wouldn't soak in when it floods like that. It would just run down.
Well, they said that actually. Again, I watched the Pink Bike video when they were doing a course preview, and they said that evening they'd had like epic thunderstorms and lightning. But they were riding it the next morning. Yeah, it's that one. So they were riding it the next day, like, you can't even tell it's dusty.
Yeah, sorry, because we were camped up Tuesday, and it bloomin'.
You're just like, here we go again.
Yeah, like Amy couldn't sleep because of the thunder and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, but then when we got up Wednesday and then had a wander, bone dry everywhere.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't mind that kind of rain if it doesn't show the next day.
Yeah, that's magic rain, that, isn't it?
That's some good stuff. Yeah, so
awesome.
Yeah, so like leading into practice, there was a lot of Brits out there and stuff, and a lot of guys I knew, which was cool. I was keen for it.
Yeah,
keen as mustard.
Any rides before practice, or did you just jump on fresh like for Thursday morning?
Yeah, I just went for it Thursday morning. I had a potter around on the bike, but only on the road stuff on Wednesday. But yeah, no, I didn't. I didn't go on any little reconnaissance mountain bike ride or warm up ride or nothing. No, just straight into practice.
Straight in, no kissing. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Definitely.
yeah. So tell me about practice.
So it was 2 days of practice, stages 1 to 4 on Thursday and 5, 6, 7 on Friday. So 7-stage, 2-day race in total, this one.
Yep.
You were allowed to shuttle in both days of practice, only on certain stuff. You couldn't quite shuttle everything, but the shuttles that you could do made a big difference again. And obviously we're going in Bertha. She's a bit of a beast to shuttling. So because my old man's in the Magic Caravan, we unhitched and used his car for shuttling.
Perfect.
Which was really good, because actually to get to the first stage was like a 10k drive to the top of the mountain. In race day, it was a 2-hour liaison.
Was it? For the stage one?
So to be able to shuttle that was like a godsend.
That's one of the longest ones of the year as well, then.
It's getting up there.
It
is, certainly is. So like, it was a proper off-road drive up there. Like, I don't know how some cars and vans made it, and it was also up to the longest stage. So if you'd have had to ride that in practice and then do the stage, you'd have been ruined for the next 3 days.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we shuttled, and it was a nice warm up. You still had to ride a little bit more even from there up to the top, but that was kind of like your warm up, if you like.
Yeah. It was a long stage, that one.
It was
843 meter descent.
It was just under 7k long, 6.82 if you like.
Yeah. 6.83 if you run out at bottom.
Oh my god.
or have a rolling start at top.
Yeah, that was a good stage.
Yeah.
And like I said, a good long stage. Come racing, that was about 14 minutes, I think.
Was it?
13, 14 minutes, I want to say.
Jeez, that's a big old first stage, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a big one to get you going for racing. But no, all through Thursday in practice, I felt really good. I was enjoying the stages. They weren't like a lot of the EWS stages, and this is quite a general consensus for a lot of races actually this year. A lot of stages this year have had something in them, that will like try and kill you. Like some mental, like France had that crazy rocky shoot, or Canada was just insanely technical. La Tuile was mentally steep. Slovenia and Austria had like impossibly wet, rooty sections and stuff. And actually, this one had its moments of gnarliness, but like was a fairly good, fun, fast flowing trail, but hard. And all the stages were like that. So it actually made them really fun to ride and race.
Awesome.
And made practice fun, because you were like, man, I'm well tired and there's some really tough bits in that, but I haven't got to the bottom, thankful for surviving.
Yeah.
Which just makes a change this year, actually.
Good.
That was the same with like stages like 2, 3, and 4. 4 was really short.
4 looked good, actually. Again, from the video, 4 looked like riding on the moon, but on a ridge. It looked crazy.
Yeah, it was. It was like
there's
some crazy
cheeky little drop-offs on the right hand side where if you got it wrong, you were probably brown bread.
That's it. Some blind crests in it, which like I'll get to them in race. Well, in race run, like I went just a bit quicker in race run, obviously, and was like, I got a good ooh from the crowd, because I was like, it felt like inches from the side. I was like, holy moly, that was close. And it just drops away.
Yeah, so, it looked like it's literally a ridgeline, eh? With like drops on either side. It looked gnarly.
Yeah, exactly. So I got through Thursday unscathed and finished the day happy and on a clean bike and clean kit and stuff like that. And I was pleased. So then obviously, like, again, a similar sort of start to the Friday, 9:30ish. Load the car up, shuttle up to 5, which was not quite as long away, but still definitely worth driving to.
Yeah, feel pretty fresh then after the first day.
Yeah, I felt good.
Because you think that after not riding as well, not that you've not ridden, but riding at those sort of altitude and climbs and long descents,
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'd still been like training for it and hard charging as much as I could, so I didn't feel tired. I knew that stage 1 was going to be tiring, definitely, but the rest of the stages, like stages 2, 3, and 4 on the Thursday, were like just over 2k, just 1.5k, a bit more, and less than a kilometre. So we're not talking like,
I guess
crazy.
If you added stage 2, 3, and 4 up, they wouldn't equate to the
exactly
843 of the first one. Yeah.
No, precisely. So But I mean, that was on the race day. That is the biggest day. That was a 41-kilometer day in total, roughly.
Right.
So it was the bigger day because it had the longest liaisons and stuff compared to Sunday, which was nearly half of that. But no, I felt good. And I felt good coming into Friday's practice. And then Friday does roll round and we were feeling pretty chipper and we trek on up for practice and stuff. And stage 5 was actually my favourite stage of the entire race.
Right.
It was like it was the hardest, I think, and the most downhill. It adds like some really steep, tricky bits, a lot of switchbacks and steepness to it. And it was just like a really rough, rocky, good track. It was just, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that one a lot. And then on that, once we'd got shuttled up to that, we had to ride to 6.
Okay. And
then ride to 7, but they weren't like miles apart. It was it was perfectly manageable.
Cool.
So
and did you just do one run of everything, or did you do multiples?
Same rule again. Everyone only allowed one run of each stage.
Yep.
But it's so, but because of that, and you've got so much time almost, it's so relaxed that you can properly stop for lunch and recover and go over your bike and all sorts. Within that. So it makes for a pretty chill day. I think we were done by 2:30, 3 o'clock on Friday.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah,
so
that's nice.
But they did on Friday. So then this is not a new thing, but for this race we had what they call a prologue.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, what's that about then?
I don't really know. I've not done one before where it counts for nothing. So this prologue was really just a sort of a display stage. It started up in the castle and then weaved its way down through the castle and through town. The times didn't count to your overall.
Okay.
Although it was timed and there were prizes.
Right. So just
But
something for the locals, or I don't know.
Sorry?
Something for the locals maybe, or what?
No, 'cause it was only EWS riders were doing it. It was
No, I mean for people to watch.
Oh yeah, I think that was it. It was entirely like a spectator thing because it had some little wooden jumps and stuff like that in it. The video is up on the Remap YouTube page and you can check it out. But no one was racing it. I think 3 or 4 guys maybe actually gave it the beans.
Really?
But no one, honestly, you would roll off the top start thing and then you'd just be popping wheelies and manuals and playing on no one raced it.
That's cool.
I don't know what I see the point in it, but I think they should have added it to the race. Would have been cool.
Yeah, and that was on the Friday evening then?
That was Friday evening. So once we'd finished practice about 2:30-ish, sort of everyone goes back and you have a bite to eat, just double check your bike and stuff like that. And then it's you go back to the castle and just mill around, and it was really relaxed and really fun.
That's cool. Did everyone do it then as well?
Yeah, you had to do it.
Yeah, you had to do it. I mean, every category did it as well.
Yes,
or was it just elite?
Yeah.
Right, got you.
No, it's to get your timing bippers, your wristband stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah, but it was odd. So, but the crowd were getting well into it, and then when I'd gone off, I was number 100 this race, which was a pretty sick number. I like that.
Yeah, man, we'll take that.
Yeah, that was a good number. But by the time I'd finished, got changed and come back up, elite women are just sort of halfway through, and the 4 of us, we all got a pizza and were just watching them sprint past us in the square sort of thing. It was actually really cool. I could see why they did it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people agreed that for the effort of it, to stick it in the race would have been a good one.
Yeah, yeah. Huh.
But so that was the prologue. Why it's called a prologue, I'm not sure. I'm sure someone can correct me on that one or fill me in.
Yeah, we should maybe look, but we'll just go bro science and just guess.
Prologue. No, I can't even think of anything to do with logs in there. There wasn't. So,
no, me either.
A lot of steps.
It's just the thing. I think Tour de France invented the prologue.
Yeah, I think it really is literally just like a show type thing, like a display thing.
Yeah. People will no doubt reach out and tell us what it is. Who knows?
Yeah, they will.
Chilled Friday night.
Chilled Friday night. Got some good food in me. Double checked the bike and had it all the campsite was about 3 kilometers out of town, so enough to just get some dad to drive me in. But
how's the food?
Good. Quite cheap.
Yeah.
Spain's really cheap actually.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, really cheap compared to France. France is a rip-off, especially fuel.
Yeah, France is pretty expensive, actually. It is, you're right. But good
I
food.
know the euro's not exactly, like the pound euro thing's not exactly in our favour at the moment, but a thingy of diesel is on the motorway especially, which is obviously is like between 150 and 160.
Was it?
Yeah. Got
Jeez.
over to Spain, 123.
Really?
Yeah. Big difference.
Economics, eh?
No. I don't know, but
It's
Spain are probably desperate for any money they can get hold of, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. That's true. Yeah.
Fortunate. But yeah. No, food was good.
Good.
See, a lot of the time Amy cooked in Bertha and that, so yeah, always nice home cooked food, which is really good.
Beautiful.
But yeah, just got the bike ready, made sure everything was working, just double checked.
Any changes?
Yes, I tore a tyre annoyingly in practice on stage 5, but it's sealed, and I had like my Huck Norris thing in to protect the old ridge wheel, because no one wants to be dinging them bad boys.
No.
But it did mean I had to buy a tyre out there, but which actually was really cheap as well.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, in comparison, like if you went to Morzine or something, what are you paying for a good tyre? Over €100.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
This was 65 for like a top of the range, like Maxxis double down, 3C, blah blah blah, minion thing.
Beautiful.
It's like, oh well.
You might have got pro discount, mate.
What do you think? When I wandered into Intersport, they were like, "Oh,
yeah, I reckon.
Oh
I think that happened.
maybe."
Nah.
So, yeah, I went for a bigger tyre. I ran a 2.5 on the front.
Okay.
I don't normally run that bigger tyre. I run like the Schwabs are about 2.3s, 2.35 or whatever it is. But I went for the 2.5 for maximum grip, and I was feeling really fit. So I was like, well,
do you push it?
I don't mind pushing out the slight extra weight and drag and that. Yeah, so, and it's the first time I'd used that tyre in a long time, so it was a bit of a gamble, to be fair, but it paid off.
Yeah.
I put it on for the prologue, so at least I had the prologue as a quick feel of it. I know it's not the same at all. But, yeah, that was the only change then, I guess.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, I felt good. Bike was working tip-top. Everything on it was, sound, and I felt good. I tell you what, an interesting change that people have asked about in the past is body armour.
Yeah.
Because it's a Euro race, you have to wear a back protector.
Have to wear a back protector, yeah.
Everyone knows I don't like taking a backpack.
Yep.
But because this place was super duper hot, obviously, it was like pushing on 30 degrees. It was uncomfortably hot when you're doing an hour and a half, whatever, transfer in a full face on an enduro bike. It's not fun. So actually I wore like a roost guard, motocross type roost guard this time.
Okay.
Like chest and back protector.
Ah, so that counts.
Dude, it's such like a grey area, their back protector rules, because if it just looks like you've got something on your back, then that's a back protector.
Right.
I don't, as far as I'm aware or have ever been checked, there's no one's ever looked for like a CE certificate or like a CE number or anything like that.
Right. So it's just as long as you've got something. Like you said, the roost protector's, not the most protective thing, that's for sure.
No.
Compared to like a full like
halfway down your back and stuff.
Yeah. But you got away with it, and it's comfy, like compared to wearing one of those like actual back protectors or like a all-in-one suit or something like that. Those things are awful, eh?
Yeah,
feel like
so
a bloody
in the past,
robot.
I've got like this Evoc turtle shell I wear on my back, this big protector, and it's like having a really horrible hug the whole time, and it's quite hot, it's quite bulky, even though it's kind of like, it is quite a fairly slimline one, and I do quite like it, but it just makes you look like a turtle. But this time I thought, right, I'll take my roost guard from obviously motocross, and I wore it in practice as a tester, and it obviously, you know what they're like, they're not really tight fitting, they're kind of like flappy, and they're just plastic basically. There's not even any much padding on them.
No. And
I got on quite well with it because it wasn't that tight, huggy fit all the time. It actually felt like airflow, especially when riding, got around you better.
Sweet.
So I opted for that, and I did the prologue in it, and I thought, you know what, I liked it through practice, and I wore it racing as well.
Bit of a gamble maybe as well, because if they did say not good enough and you're at the top of stage 1, could that have happened?
They wouldn't let you off the start line even.
Would they not? Is that where they test them?
Yes. Yeah.
There you go. If they tested it, they'd do it on the start line.
Yeah, and I had I took my proper back protector as a backup in the car just in case.
Got you. Very clever, Richard.
All the time.
Huh?
People wear them. Like I'd seen people wearing them in the past,
Okay.
Fox ones and stuff. So mine's a Liat one.
Yeah.
It's just it's a legit one. But I thought, well, Rat Boys wore it last year, and a few, you see other guys in them and stuff. So there's not really much argument to say that you can't wear it when.
True. Good point. Yeah.
So I suppose that was a big kit change.
Yeah, it is huge. Those things I like them because it's like supportive, so you've got something on, and if you do take a bit of a digger and you got the bars sticking you in the chest, you got something there.
Yeah. I mean,
Personally, I like them.
Yeah,
no, not at all.
Really?
No, but I think I don't know. I think that is a bit of a grey area as well, because you can almost always say that if you have got something on, is it going to protect? It's like the whole Liat thing, dude. Like, did people break more collarbones and necks and because they had a Liat on?
Yeah.
Who knows? I think personally, you want to have as little on as possible so you can tuck and roll and just go with the flow. I don't know. Like I said, it's obviously a grey area, isn't it?
That's obviously it's kind of a double-edged sword as well, because actually I quite like wearing my neck brace and stuff. I have a Liat neck brace which combines quite well with this roost guard, and I actually quite like wearing it because it almost gives me more confidence to go faster.
Right.
Now the double-edged sword is, you're right, I might be going even faster, but obviously when I crash, this thing might break both my collarbones. Whether it's I'd rather that than my neck, but
when they first came out, I had one, and I struggled on a mountain bike because I couldn't put my head down far enough. Because when you're going downhill, like really downhill, obviously you want your head lower, and the neck brace was always there. Whereas I think with the moto side of it, you're never really riding anything steep and techy downhill on the brakes.
No.
Do you know what I mean? So that's another story for another day.
But yeah, I mean, as well, I was thinking of this as well, and like what we ride and race at EWS is like virtually World Cup level. It's pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
But it's only because we have to ride so much in between that probably people don't wear more armour or more protection. Like the World Cup downhill guys wear loads of body armour, and although like slimline stuff like elbow pads, but if you were to wear that all day, riding 40 odd K in it, you'd absolutely melt, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would. Yeah.
So you're kind of taking more risk with less protection. It's a bit bonkers, really.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
When guys are actually saying that stuff we are riding and racing is harder than World Cup downhill tracks, and yet we're doing it in like the bare minimum with shit strapped to our bikes and stuff on shorter travel bikes, because you have to do so much in between. So food for thought.
Yeah, it is food for thought. I've never really thought about it like that either, to be honest.
Because I actually considered getting mine's a fairly old Liat, but not an original or nothing. And I actually thought, I looked at the really new ones, like the lightweight carbon. I thought, what would that be like to ride around in all day?
Probably not that great after a while.
No, I think it would be frustrating. But I was then like, well, if that makes me go faster and more confident, is it worth that trade-off? But
yeah, I don't know.
Really
not really seen many enduro guys wearing one, unless I'm.
No, because you wouldn't, because no one does.
No, it's just another thing to carry around. It's just another burden, isn't it?
But if you were to give any of the enduro guys, take them away from an enduro race and give them that one stage and say, right, you've got to race this stage, one stage as fast as you can, like a downhill race.
Yeah, would they get protected up?
Wearing it, they'd probably put it on, wouldn't they?
Yeah, you're right, actually.
So,
fair point.
Yeah.
Food for thought.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, in the current state of it, maybe on shorter races or something, or if the trails got really gnarly. But you're right. The current state of things, to do 40 odd K in a neck brace and an hour and a half riding uphill and all this sort of stuff. Yeah, even like the lightest carbon neck brace is just going to be a hassle and annoying, isn't it?
Yeah.
Even if you take it off and have it dangling on your bars or whatever, it's just a faff.
True.
Just a silly way of looking at it at the same time.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Race
day.
Yeah, let's do it.
Race day.
Countdown.
It's race day. And Painter is dropping in.
I feel like we need to employ an American person. They always have American people doing it.
Employ? Oh, forget that, dude. Find. Persuade.
Okay, we need, if there are any Americans out there who
Which there
have
are.
a really good announcery type voice who could do some bits for us next year, hopefully they'll be EWS.
I'm looking at you like, oh.
I'm jumping the gun a little, but if there are any out there, I've got some cool ideas we could use you with.
Oh.
Please.
All right, we'll find one. I know a few anyway.
Oh, look at that.
I'm
But
on it.
anyway, it's race day! I sound like more like the dude from X Factor. God.
Oh dear.
Yeah, race day. Fairly early start. Had to be at the castle for 9. Well, 9ish. Actually, that's not too bad, is it, really?
Nah.
But by the time you get up and just get yourself sorted, I was still up at 7.
Right. Early start.
Yeah, race day, sun shining. Like,
And sorry, because it's quite a long day out and it's hot, any more hydration packs or anything like that?
No, do you know what I did? I suppose another thing I change is I obviously normally always wear and recommend Remap bibs, but I've got some Bontrager ones with the little stash pockets in. So it's become really annoying carrying stuff in my pockets
Yeah.
and carrying a backpack or possibly carrying, and I don't like to carry a backpack. So my slash fits a big bottle in, so I got a 750ml bottle topped to the brim. I also took a 500ml just disposable bottle just to drink on the way up and then dispose of it at the top.
Uh-huh.
So I still had a full water bottle left. And then in my stash thing, I just had like a lot of gels and bars because, you know, when it's that hot and you're doing that kind of mileage, like not just hydration, but nutrition is and taking enough carbs and stuff on is pretty key.
For sure.
So yeah, I did it that way around. And it's also less, you know, when you've got loads of stuff just in your shorts pockets, it's like your shorts are constantly being pulled down.
Yeah.
Whereas these bibs are actually pretty good. It didn't feel like they were rattling around or anything.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's
a change.
what I did. And then obviously again the usual multi-tool, gas can, blah blah blah, strapped to my bike.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, so fairly early start, and they actually shuttled us to the bottom of the mountain to stage 1, not all the way to the top, just to the bottom.
Right.
So you still had an hour and a half, 2 hours from there. And then from there, yeah, long ride up.
Okay.
Off-road, bumpy, which is annoying.
Right. Well, sorry, just go over that again. Sorry.
Okay, so
I no doubt the listeners heard it, but physically I didn't.
Okay, so 9 o'clock was my start from the stage.
Yep.
And you got set off in groups of 8, and then we got shuttled, minibus and trailer, to the bottom of the mountain that you'd start to ride up for stage 1.
Got you.
Yeah?
Yep. Got you.
And then from that bottom of the mountain, it was an hour and a half, 2 hours to the top.
Gnarly.
Yeah. I think it actually took a little bit less than that, but that's the timing they gave you.
Okay.
Now, luckily, because it was still quite early, the sun hadn't got onto us yet, so that ride up was still in the shade, which was a godsend.
And further in the day, they'd have had a bit more sun.
I think so, yeah. The sun would have sort of got that bit higher and come round a bit the mountain, so you'd have been in the sun more.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I had a good group of guys like around me that I was riding with, some kind of some English, some foreigners, and yeah, it was cool, like nice and chilled. Like I said, I had a good number 100, which is nice, not too high, not too low. So I had, I was confident I could just ride a good race and not have to worry about catching or being caught, because that's quite like when it's 20-second gaps. It's not a long time on a 15-minute stage or whatever.
It's not, especially like you said, those long ones like that where you.
Yeah, 20 seconds is a bit of time, but not much, is it? Really, let's be honest. No. So. That was that, and then like the ride to 2.
Did you catch anyone on stage 1? Did you get caught? Do you remember?
I didn't get caught, and I didn't catch anyone.
Okay. Well done, mate.
And yeah, I got a good one. I got a good first stage in there. I got up there, and I had lots of time to spare, and we're looking over the mountains, and I'm like, "You got this. Like, you can do a good run." You know, yeah, it's a weird one because I do get a bit. Insecure is not quite right, but I do look around me. I'm like, oh, man, this guy behind me, he looks well legit. His like jersey matches his bike and everything. And I'm like,
Yeah, that's a
Like,
normal thing though, man. That's
yeah, no, it is
it
exactly.
is.
But you
I
can't
think
help but
everyone's
think
done that. No, you can't, because 90% of the time it's all the gear, no idea, and it's just
Yeah,
some
but
goon in it.
it's not so much at EWS though, man. That's the trouble. Everyone is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
When you start hitting them 100 numbers, you're like, well, actually, obviously, we can all hold our own on a bike.
Yeah.
So you're like, man, this guy's got like a really new Yeti, and his top matches it and everything. This dude looks legit.
That's fair. That good stuff can probably screw with your head a little bit if you let
Yeah,
it get
look,
to
but
you.
I was like, do you know what? I feel really good. I feel fast and fit. Fuck this dude behind me. Like, we're going for it. Yeah, I did. I didn't get caught, obviously, and I didn't catch the guy in front. He ended up finished 33rd overall in the race.
No way.
Yeah, he was fast.
Nice.
Yeah, so good on him.
Yeah.
And he's from Belgium. Must be flat as pancake round there. Good work. He must have some legs on him.
Yeah, awesome
I asked
talent.
him if he does cyclocross, because they all do, don't they? And he was
Yeah,
like,
that's true. Oh, did he?
Yeah. He fitted the stereotype.
Do you drink Devel and ride cyclocross? Yes, I do.
Yes, exactly. There's nothing else. But yeah, I got a good first one in the books. I mean, it was a tough stage because it was physical, like upper and lower body. There was a lot of pedaling in it, some killer uphills and like just some technical stuff. But I had a good first one. It was a top 100 result on that stage. So yeah, I felt good for it. I felt keen like that. And do you know what? Like when you get a good first stage, even if you did get caught, but you had a good one, or you catch someone, and you had a good, like, just it puts your mind so much at ease for the rest of the day, almost the rest of the weekend, knowing that, like, right, I've held this dude off for 15 minutes. I've not caught the other guy, so I don't need to think about anything other than my own race run, and it really does like put you at ease for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Cool. And that's that's a really good thing. And I got to the bottom and I was goosed by the bottom. Like I was boiling hot. Like in practice, I was wearing these Oakley goggles. And my face was getting really hot in them, so I actually changed to these Smith ones I've got, which are really vented.
Okay.
But, like even that was making a difference. Just your face getting hot, and like it felt like your eyeballs were sweating and stuff. So like even a little change like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, it put a big a harder smile on my face for the rest of the day to just chip on.
Good stuff.
So then, yeah, so we actually had a quite a ride, and we had to go back up the same road 2/3 of the way that we rode up to one. And then we peeled off and came across the mountain sort of thing to stage 2.
Cool.
Like I said, a way shorter stage, but
yeah, it is short.
A good one, a similar sort of terrain and stuff.
Looked quite rocky, kind of.
Yeah, it was
loose
stuff quite a lot. Like all that open stuff was like really fine gravel.
Yeah. I think that was the one that it said on the video that used to be used for moving coffins. It's called the Saint-Bizien trail. True story. I swear I didn't make that up. I swear that was used for moving bodies and coffins.
I didn't know that.
No, I probably am lying, because it's the third one that's called the Coffin Trail. So stage 2 was for the healthy people. Stage 3
was for the dead people.
That was for the dead people. That's what it
was. Stage 2 was a good one. Like just a good Techers trail. Like all of these again as well. If you want to have a look what the trails are like, there'll be my practice runs, but they'll be up on the Remap YouTube channel, along with obviously the latest episode, so you can kind of see what the stages are like.
Yeah.
But like again, I set off well. Wasn't getting caught. I couldn't see in fact, I think I could start seeing dust. So I was like, that was a massive incentive. I started seeing dust, and I was like, shit, I'm catching this dude ahead. So I was like going for it even harder because. Like you can kind of tell, like I couldn't see him, but like I was getting to turns and there was still dust in the air.
That's yeah.
You're like, well, he's not been through.
Not hours ago. You're on him. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You know, even say if it's 10 seconds, 10 seconds, is like not a long time.
Yeah, true.
yeah, and I was gunning it, man. I was feeling really good, but disaster. I was really near the bottom, and it sort of started weaving through, like, just not a gully as such, but you just started weaving really fast through all these rocks. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, it happened so fast. I was going really well, and I was at race pace, obviously, and just boom, like I caught a pedal on a rock and just stopped the bike dead, and I went flying.
Really?
Absolutely, like, Supermaned it.
Proper over the bars.
Proper OTB, to thank God for chest guards.
Oh, yeah? The old skid plate.
Yeah, guard of my helmet a little bit, both hands out, and like landed on them, and I bruised both hips.
Really?
And wow. Yeah, it was a big one. And it just, you know, when you, like, a lot of guys or girls will know, you know, when you get up and you're just like, what the hell?
Yeah.
How? I was like, fuck, you know, like, but what just happened? That happened so fast. I don't know what it was. And I banged my seat back in place because it twisted all on the piss. And just sort of not too gingerly got going again. And then I crossed the line, and I was like just hurting, like,
really?
Just sore.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But like after I'd got up, about 10 seconds later, Amy and my old man are on the side of the track shouting, "Come on, Rich, you're nearly there. You can do it." They didn't know I'd crashed.
Oh, right.
But they were like, "Come on, keep pushing. You're nearly there, nearly at the finish." And I bloody was as well. I was like 25 seconds away.
Oh, jeez.
I know. And
when was the last time you crashed hard?
Well, the French round I didn't finish either because I cracked a knuckle, didn't I?
Of course you
did.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So that was a pretty tough crash. That was on day 2 in France.
Yeah.
That it hurt. It does hurt. And so, I rolled over the line, and you know, the guys came through, and I was sort of just a bit doubled over, still just cruising around on the bike, trying to keep myself moving. And
hello, Siri.
Yeah, no, sorry, my bad.
It's all right.
And like, I could tell I'd done something straight away on my wrist again, because I know what that feels like. And I just I fractured my wrist. Well, at the time I didn't know, but it turns out, fractured wrist.
Shit.
Yeah, stinker.
So did you go get it looked at, or did you still ride 3 and 4 or not?
Yeah. So like, the problem is if you don't finish day 1, they don't let you start day 2.
Oh, really? Didn't know that.
Yeah. So I kind of I was really angry because I get really frustrated at myself for making mistakes like that. So what I just, you know, Dad and Amy and Petal came over. That's Dad's missus, Petal, and like they were like, "Oh, are you okay? Like, did you crash? I was like, "Yeah, give me a mo." And then I just rode off a bit grumpily. So it was a bit rude, but just sort of holding my wrist. And I was like, we'll see how it goes. I'll crack on. Yeah. Didn't realise the pun at the time, did I? But and then I got to, like, it was probably half an hour or something to like that, to the top of to like
3.
just to the top of 3. I'm just thinking just to the top of 3 and just see how it goes when I ride on and stuff. And like, I got to the top of 3 and it was really sore. I was struggling. I couldn't pull the brake. I couldn't push the dropper lever or like grip properly.
Nice.
And
just numb fingers and stuff.
Not numb, but just a straight up shooting pain in my wrist to move my wrist, and no power in it, if you like. So I asked around, and we managed to, like, between some guys who were really kind, whoever they may be. Thank you. One guy had duct tape, so I'm gesturing to you, but I wrapped. I don't know if you see the pictures I sent you. That's it.
Yeah.
I wrapped duct tape around my wrist. And another guy had electrical tape, which I then wrapped around the duct tape and up over my thumb to kind of stop too much twisting. And I just sort of grin and bared it down 3. And then I knew 4 was short, so that wasn't too bad, but it was really painful. I was way off the pace.
I love that someone's got a roll of duct tape though, mate.
Yeah, someone had like...
It must be some northern guy from the UK, just like...
Northern, but he was an English dude.
There you go. He'll fix it.
Seat post.
Fuck it, we've got duct tape. We're good.
Yeah. He had it wrapped around the seat post for emergencies. And another guy had a full-on pharmacy in his.
That is amazing. Oh, that was Lance Armstrong's mate, isn't it? He just.
So I had duct tape, electrical tape, and a load of ibuprofen and paracetamol, and I was well away.
Amazing.
Yeah, but I mean,
Amazing.
that crash, I dropped to like 150th, I think I came, or 148th on stage 2 with that crash. And then the initial pain on stage 3, I was like 180, 185. It was so painful. And then I got 130 odd on 4, but it was so short.
Yeah. What were you rolling like after 1? Do you know?
I finished. I know it was a top 100 result.
Really?
I know it was 96th, I think.
Oh,
so
sick.
it was
Sick.
nicely in that. For a first one, I was a bit nervous on the first one. So to get a top undie on the first stage is always a good one.
Yeah, it is.
So
Sure.
it's well off the pace the rest of the day, which is obviously to be expected. So then that night, I just sort of tried to ice it and keep it still and just keep it cold all the time and stuff like that. But it was really sore. I was 125th still. I don't know how, but I was still 125th after the first day, which is actually not too bad.
That
I've
is
had worse
pretty good.
results normally, healthy.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I was a bit of just determination.
Yeah.
Worked there. But yeah, it did make me sort of. We were all chatting like me and the family, and we were saying like what go to sleep, keep it iced, and do all you can, and then just wake up and see how you feel. But I knew I was always going to race the second day unless it's seized or something. Because that's you got to, haven't you?
Of course, you're out there. You know
all the weights and not do it. So
exactly. So before we do day 2,
yeah,
do you mind if we just take 2 minutes, just because I need to go put my chickens in the house?
Lord,
is that okay? You can grab a drink.
I could do it the week actually.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Is that okay?
All right, folks. Be right back.
Be right back. We'll just leave it going though. Just don't stop
mate.
the recording.
Ciao for now.
Chickens are safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
How many have you got?
3 little chickens.
They lay?
Yeah, they do. Yeah. They
eat them as well, or are these just purely
eat what? Chickens?
Yeah.
No. My girlfriend's a vegan. Oh, that sounded harsh. My girlfriend's vegan, and she got them from school because they have them. They basically bring the chickens into school and show kids how they are born, and do you know what I mean?
Like hibernation.
Not hibernation.
No.
They show them how they hatch and all that sort of stuff. But then once they hatch, they just get rid of them. So basically, they go and they get killed. So she brought 3 home.
Well, that's why I wondered if you actually ate them or not, or
No.
if it was just purely just
for the
eggs and pets.
Just for the eggs and pets. Yeah. We
Can
only
vegans have egg?
Huh?
Vegans can't have egg, can they?
No. The point of the vegan story was that she's more into it for the animal welfare, and she didn't want to see them get killed, so she brought them home. Anyway,
I see.
But I eat the eggs. We get 4 or 5 a day.
Do you? Oh, they're good ones then.
Yeah, right, little layers.
Shall we carry on? I feel
man.
refreshed, ready to go.
Yeah. So, fractured wrist. You don't know this at this time.
No. So yeah, that was it. So obviously we've just said been through my day, and we're in the evening, and it's really sore. And after obviously crashing, in France and knowing what that feels like in previous crashes, I knew something went right, and I knew something was not as it should be in there. But I didn't know to what extent the damage was. So the consensus between all of us was do what you can to keep it pain-free overnight and wake up Sunday and see how you're going. But like I said, I knew I was going to crack on, so it was more a case of what can we do for damage limitation.
Right.
Woke up, I had an uncomfortable night's sleep because I can't both my hips were sore as well, so it was sore to go on your sides and stuff. So woke up Sunday, and obviously another stunning day. Slightly later start this time because it's a shorter day. So Sunday was a 26-kilometer day. And
short, yeah.
Yeah, a lot less climbing, half the climbing as well.
Nice.
But still a good amount of descending. But woke up. We had this. We put this vet wrap. You use it on horses.
Okay.
but Amy always carries some of that, and so we put some vet wrap around it.
Right.
And then I took my wrist braces anyway, because again of previous experience and being, traveling out for that long, I thought it can't hurt just to chuck them in. I took it's my left arm I've done, so I braced it up as well, and it's like a brace which straps around the wrist and up and over the hand and has like splints in it, so you can't really bend it in too many ways.
Who makes that? What is it? Is it a sport specific one?
It's actually a skiing or snowboarding one by a company called Red.
Okay.
They make snowboard and ski stuff, so
Right.
it's one of them. It's
sweet.
not one of those big gnarly looking plastic type things that you see motocross guys
Yeah,
wear there.
CTI.
Yeah, CTI, and what's the other one? It's well, it doesn't matter what it is, but yeah, it's not quite as full on as that, because I've never broken a wrist before. I did, you just want a bit of support. You don't need like a full on bionic hand.
Cast on.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So that was that. So I strapped it up, and it just to sort of try and contain swelling and things like that, and it kind of worked. But it
still sucks.
Yeah, man, it was hard. It was really hard. It was just in pain all day. Stage 5 was the most downhill and hardest of all the stages, like the roughest and stuff. So I was dreading that, and it hurt. I didn't get. Do you know what? I meant to say actually, even on 3 and 4, and throughout all of Sunday, I didn't get caught up once until stage 7. Sorry, which we'll get to that. But that was the only stage I finally got caught on.
Really?
Yeah, and I still pushed hard. I tried as hard as I could, but it was. Like when you sprint, if you think about it now, a lot of people try and do it. Like when you sprint, your like hands will move left and right a bit, won't they? Yeah. Like your wrists, like when your bike twists.
Yeah,
and
you
I
sort
just
of flex in there as well, don't you, with your wrists?
And I couldn't do that, so I couldn't properly sprint or move the bike round, and then I would just refuse to put my seat up because I couldn't. If I put it up, it really hurt to push the button to make it go back down.
Jeez, right?
Yeah, it was horrible. Really uncomfortable, and it still is. And but I did luckily the shorter day wasn't too bad, and I took some ibuprofen and paracetamol around with me and just cracked on really. Just got on with the job in hand. And on average my stage times were still around the 1:30s for those 3 stages, so I still, to my best of my ability, held my own on those really.
Yeah you did. Yeah
it was a tough day, and I still I didn't have any crashes as such. I just couldn't ride at full tilt. It was a tricky one, because you want to let off the brakes and go really fast. Mm-hmm. If I did that, I didn't have the strength to pull them hard enough to slow down really hard, like and fast.
Got you.
So you end up dragging the brakes, but then you're like just arm pump and just like the strength to just keep the pressure on the brakes. It was really, not fun, not advisable.
That sounds pretty shit, mate.
Yeah, but needs must, innit?
Exactly, like you say, you're out there. It's like you've got nothing to really lose. I think damage is done as well in a way, isn't it? It's like you're self-employed, you work with your hands, but damage might be done anyway.
I never let that worry me ever.
Do you not?
Because if you do that, then you will not race very well.
True.
You won't race fast. So work, I can't work, obviously, unfortunately, at the moment, but I didn't enter my head once, not being able to work.
Right.
Not because I think that kind of mindset, although is a really good, sensible mindset, from a racing point of view, is not helpful.
No. I suppose it's not. No.
Not if you want to go fast and do well at whatever level.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think about it, but yeah. If you don't have to think about it like that, that's obviously a benefit. I think a lot of people do think about it like that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. But
so that was the day then, was it?
That was it. Yeah, stage 7 was a monster of a climb to get to. That was the hottest part of the day, and we were really struggling. That was. Let me see if I can find out what the liaison was. It wasn't like the longest of stages. It was only a like just under 2.5K stage.
Okay.
But it was a physical long stage, and it had a neutral zone in it. I don't know if we've covered this before.
No, we haven't.
So a neutral zone is a section of the track that isn't timed.
Right, and that's in the stage.
That's actually in the stage.
And what's the thought process behind that?
Well, it's generally just a really crappy piece of stage, it's like to get to a good
so it
bit
might be
of
like
stage.
a climb or something like that, or
that's exactly what it was
or
in
a
this
road,
one. So
right.
what it was, is we had an absolute belter of a stage, and then it had this horrendously steep climb, like a pushing climb. It was so steep. Section in it which they neutralized. So they gave you, I think, 2 minutes, possibly 3. Which was enough time, not a problem, to push up this climb and then hop on and get cracking again.
Right. Okay.
Now, what happened? It's like I was goosed by this point. I was in a lot of pain and just was looking forward to the finish. So I was up near the top of this neutral zone, and I could see the dude behind me had sort of was, starting to come up it, and I just waited. There was no point. I thought, you know what? It's the last stage. I know what this stage is like. It got really tight and twisty and really hard to overtake.
Okay.
So if he had caught me, maybe he hadn't, he wouldn't have, I don't know. But if he had, then he just wouldn't be able to overtake, and I got nowhere to pull over. So I just shouted at him, "Come on, bud, you can come on past," sort of thing. And, you look cool because your top matches your bike and stuff. So come on by. And we'll just chip on down. And actually, I followed him most of the way down, right behind him, and just shouted at him, which is quite fun. But, I'm not in it to win it. So, there was no point, unnecessarily holding
riding
him.
above your head as well. Probably last one, just ride above your
Yeah,
head.
it's right, last stage, knowing that someone's not far behind me. Because when actually looking back, by the time he'd finished pushing up that neutral zone, I probably could have cracked on and been okay. And,
yeah, but it's not worth it.
But when I see him back there, I think, this dude's trying to race, and I'm just surviving. So yeah, that was the only time I sort of got overtaken or caught up, if you like. But yeah, did it. Survived 7. Rode back up to the castle. Checked in. Boom. Race done. Straight to medical tent.
Did you do that? Yeah.
Hell yeah, I did.
Did you?
After I went through the stage, that was it.
Because I think technically you can go there. You don't have to. I guess if you went on stage 1, day 1, they'd tell you can't race day 2. Is that right?
Well, they could have stopped me. I could have gone there and he'd have said, yeah, that thing needs checking, go to hospital. And I could have just been ignored him and not done it. They wouldn't have stopped you from racing. Right. I think that's more concussions. If it's really bad, they won't let you, like a concussion, they won't let you race. But I guess it's down to rider's discretion. And I knew if I'd have gone to medical on Saturday and found out the extent of the damages, then it's ignorance is bliss, in it. It's better not knowing.
Yeah, it is, for sure. So what was the plan after that then? Did you head back and go, right, we need to go get it figured out, or?
Yeah, so got back to the castle, rolled through the stage, got my times and stuff, chatted with the older announcers and that, and just was kind of relieved to finish. And it was really hot. So first thing first was food and water in me, and just try and get some life back in me, and then on to medical. But do you know what? The good thing was, result-wise, I actually moved up the order. Oh shit, honestly.
Really?
121st I came in the end.
No way. Good effort, man.
So,
Solid.
I not only had I finished, I'd actually gained some places.
That's crazy.
And 121st. And that is not even my worst EWS result.
No, it's not. That's crazy.
Yeah, so to do that on a fractured wrist, it kind of, as a racer, I always man, if only I was fully functioning, what could I have done? I felt really good and I liked this place. So you're always it's hard because you're never quite satisfied.
And do you think it was a hard, what's the word? A hard field as well, because the downhill had finished. So maybe a lot of people had come over and raced the EWS, do you think?
Yeah, there were quite a lot of guys there. It was I think it was a tough field. So yeah, I was pleased. So, and that made, I averaged say 1:30 stage time. So yeah, to move up a few spots and things like that, I was pleased. I was being hard on myself at the time, but I look back and I was like, man, I rode 50k or whatever, and 5 race stages with a fractured wrist, and I still got 120 on the bike.
Yeah, that's dope, dude. Good effort. Well done.
I was pleased. So that was it. But yeah, after I got some food and water, it was right, we best actually go get someone who knows what they're on about to have a look at this.
And was it a pretty definite conclusion straight away then? Like,
he was like, unfortunately, the medics spoke no English, so I mean, they were pretty adept at knowing what was going on. So I went in there and I had like my wrist all bandaged up anyway, and I pointed at it and said, "Crack, fallen down," and like put my hands out as if to like simulate a crash. And he was like, he gave me an ibuprofen and told me where the nearest hospital was. And that was that.
Really?
Yeah, serious.
Jeez.
He put one of those like bandagey type things, sleevey things on that, like you see compression-y type things.
Yeah.
And he put it on really rough because he must have been pissed off at dealing with dumb bikers all day or something. And I was like, oh my God, this kills. And then he just wrote down on a bit of paper the closest hospital and gave me an ibuprofen and sent me on my way. I was like,
amazing.
So
Amazing.
going on Saturday would have made no difference.
No, not at all.
Yeah. So, but it was. So then I went back, got showered and stuff, and yeah, we trucked onto an hour to the hospital and X-rays and stuff like that, and they were like, yeah, man. No,
you have medical cover then for when you're away, is that?
I do. Yeah, I actually have two. I have private insurance through a company called Cycle Plan, who do really good cover for racing. And I have a British cycle because you need a race license for racing to get points and stuff. A British cycling license. There's a certain degree of cover through that as well. Right. So yeah, I've actually got two types of cover. The Cycle Plan one sort of covers everything that British cycling doesn't.
Got you. Well, there you go. Learn something new every day. I didn't know that. I thought you'd have like separate medical and stuff like that, but that's cool.
No, this Cycle Plan, they got
a payout then.
Well, I haven't yet. Like, I've got to get.
No wonder you're not at work.
When there's blame, there's a claim. EWS has a lawsuit on their hands. No. It wasn't even because you don't get a card, so I had to pay up straight away when I got to the hospital. It was only €120 anyway.
That's all right, isn't it? But yeah, you should have stayed a night. It's cheaper than camping.
It was, yeah. So I paid up that, so I've just got to claim that back, I guess. But
right.
Do you know what? It's still really sore, and I've taken the bandage off it because it's really uncomfortable to keep it strapped up the whole time.
And when did you call coming home?
I came home on Saturday evening, so a week after I did it. So I'm booked into the fracture clinic this week in Jersey to get like more scans and it double checked and stuff like that.
Okay.
Just to be sure, because it's still quite sore. I know that people don't like hospitals don't really like to put stuff in plaster anymore.
Is that right?
Yeah, but I don't know why, but they just don't. I don't know why. I'm no doctor, but
so you stayed out in Europe though, right, for a week?
Yeah, so we this was where kind of things after racing and after getting it scanned, it didn't get put in plaster, but it was well bandaged up, like right the way up to the elbow almost, just to hold it stable and stuff. And the following weekend is obviously the weekend just gone. Was obviously Finale Ligure, the final round, which we were packed for 3 weeks away to race both races. So we had a big decision on hand to be like, right, do we see how it heals the next 2-3 days and head to Finale? And then maybe get to, the problem is then you get to Finale, it's still not quite strong and healed, and you can't race properly, and then you're just going to be really pissed. Well, I'd be really pissed off. A waste of time, money, and effort on everyone's part, or sack it off. And we stayed down at Ainsa for all of Monday, like a proper recovery day, just seeing how it was going. And it wasn't happening. Like, to just ride along the road and pull the brake quite hard was painful. So we made the decision, like between all of us, to just not head.
Was your dad going to come over as well? Was that his plan?
Not to Italy. He wasn't. No, but he was staying in Ainsa till Wednesday anyway, just to chill.
Right. So
we were all just chatting, and we were like, "Can you pull the brake? Not really. Can you grip your handlebars properly? Not really. What do you think the chances of it suddenly miraculously being ready by Thursday are? And Finale, which again is known for being rougher and hot, just as hot.
Yeah.
And we were like,
it's not the one.
Really, no. for the cost, for another 500-600, possibly a bit more euros of going there and doing it for tolls, and it just wasn't worth it in the end, unfortunately. Which it was the right decision, and it is the right decision looking back at it now. It was a really horrible decision to make because you kind of had put so much into those final 2 races that you do them, and the effort that everyone's gone to like to come down and help, and even people who listen and watch the podcast and episodes.
We are all pretty pissed off, to be honest. Nah, man, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, so we made the call. So what we did is we travelled back up slowly Tuesday and Wednesday. The missus' parents live in the north of France, so we stopped there for a few days, and then finally came back for just some R&R and chilling.
Nice.
Finally came back Saturday. So
beautiful.
And now back to the grindstone. I'm not working obviously because I'm left-handed as well,
and
that's my hammering hand.
Is it? Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Hammering with that hand, is it?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
So I'm off this week at least, whilst I just get more checks and stuff.
What's recovery time, give or take? Do you know?
Well, I don't know because they told me everything in Spanish.
Oh.
Really, that was the trouble because I was told everything in Spanish. There was some English, but even my X-rays and stuff weren't given to me. So he just said rest for a couple of weeks. But that was it really. So that's why I want to get it double checked.
Yeah. So you're going this week, aren't you? Okay.
So this week go get it checked, and then just go from there. Really, I'm not a complete out for the count person. I can still use it. I can write. I can, I can sort of drive, but actually pulling on the gears back and forth is painful. So I'm going to drive the Mrs. Automatic.
Got you.
It's
one of those things, mate. It's racing.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit goes down. It's part of it.
That's the best way of looking at it, I think, because it is racing. You could be really angry, and really, just pissed off that, oh God, what I can't work, I can't drive. There's so many things I can't do now. But actually, I always try and put a positive spin, and I actually think, well, okay, I can still work my computer, so I'll put all my efforts this week will go into catching up on work and into remap stuff because I can still work at keyboards and just sorting things out, and you still do tons of stuff.
Of course you can.
All right, I can't use a hammer and chisel, but
there's all the stuff you can do, mate, innit? Like you said,
yeah, exactly.
There's other stuff that needs doing, so it is what it is. It's racing,
Yeah, precisely.
We've all had it. So.
Yeah, I've not had. I'm a bit frustrated. I would have said I've not had the most successful of EWS years. I've finished, or I've done 4 races out of 6 or 7 I was going to do. 2 of those I've not finished, or one I not finished through injury, and this one obviously greatly affected. The other 2 were top hundreds, and I got to see Chile and Slovenia and stuff. So
yeah,
it's been an up and down year, but I've still enjoyed it for sure. It's still been a whale of a time.
Good.
New places again, new different types of races.
Yeah.
What's not to love?
Exactly. What's not to love, man? It's all a journey. It's all a journey. Well, yeah. Dude, this thing's been good this year.
Nice. Yeah, that's why I hope,
It's been fun. I've enjoyed it.
Go on next year, hopefully. We'll get to that.
Okay, let's get to that then. So, we'll do some listener questions because we got...
Okay.
We're a bit spur of the moment with this, aren't we? But I did post up and we did get quite a few come in. So let's do a couple of listener questions. Okay, first, we're going to do Instagram.
Okay.
And we got a couple on here. So, first one, Tom Hibb 13. Do you ever have a contingency plan in place in case the worst happens at a round, as you have experienced? And then he's not typed any of the rest.
So, I think what he's asking is, do I have a contingency plan? Should I break my legs and not be able to drive, sort of thing?
I think that's what Tom's trying to ask.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tom.
That's what, man. There's always plans in the back of my head. I think you've always got to go in with some kind of game plan. You can't completely wing it. So say for a lot EWSs, especially because they are the gnarliest of races, I think it's always best to go with someone. So I generally have the missus there, obviously, or a few times family or friends there this year. So again, someone can help you should you not be able to drive, or be, again, if you injure yourself really bad out on track, and I don't know, worst case, you're airlifted away. You're not literally just say I this time I broke both legs on the trail. Touch wood, that never happens. But and I get airlifted to a Spanish hospital where I don't speak any Spanish. I don't understand anything. I'm in the country on my own. You would be up the creek, wouldn't you? Like, what happens to the camper back at base? What happens to your bike? How do you get anywhere? Blah, blah, blah. So I think traveling with someone is always pretty key. And it just takes the stress off you.
Yep.
And then a contingency plan is for bike-wise or equipment. I always take spare everything. So if I'm driving, I'll have a complete spare bike near enough, or interchangeable parts and things like that. Because there's no point going to these things and putting the time and effort in. And if you can't do a race because you can't get a mech or something, or just something quite simple, or even a frame.
Small.
A frame is obviously quite a big deal, and I get that. Not everyone is lucky enough to have maybe a spare frame or bike they can just use, but I like to think my other bike, although not quite as capable, I would happily hop on.
Worst case scenario, you can jump on, can't you, and just ride that.
Yeah. So those are sort of, as far as contingency plans go, that is it.
Awesome. Good answer, mate. You're getting
Thanks,
good
mate.
at this. Let's get into the meat and veg of it then. Instagram, Lawrence Cycles. Next season, what races are we seeing you at? Is this the end of EWS or bust?
Lawrence Cycles, a damn good question. I would like it to not be the end of EWS or bust. I am loving it, and I love racing still. I've had this year has been an especially busy year with other work and things like that. So financially, it's been a bit tough this year, which is why I skipped Canada and finale. La Tuile, sorry.
Yep.
The entries will go in for EWS next year, and hopefully you'll see me at the rounds again. Yeah.
Awesome.
As far as
stoked.
Nothing is confirmed, and no entry, no way of entering anything has come out yet, even British Nationals or EWS. So you'll just have to watch this space. Keep an eye on the older @Painter 25 Insta spam and stuff like that, and keep your eyes peeled, really, because
has there been any talks between any other brands or anything yet, or do we need to talk about that off?
Yeah, that one you might have to wait. There's some chat. You might have to wait.
All right,
hold your horses on that one a bit.
Okay. I've got it. Bryceland's ride.
Oh,
you're on Santa Cruz, aren't you?
Yes. How did you know?
Well, they were looking for someone with a similar social media presence, and they found you.
I actually exceeded the criteria, but I took a hit for him.
They got rid of him for you.
Oh man, if only.
Oh, dude, I'm only playing.
No. Hopefully, some good news coming on that front. But do you know what? Back to that first question. I actually, should various chats not work out, I even have a plan of say what I will buy and what I will do if that doesn't work out, as what bike I would like, what works out for the money, and what races I will then focus on. So
awesome.
there's even a backup plan for talks out, because last year and the last couple of off seasons I stressed quite a lot about getting a ride sorted and
because there was a bit of some things didn't go to plan, did they? Let's be honest, but a few weeks before you left.
Yeah, so when stuff like that, when all you want to do is have a bike for the off season almost, or the best part of the off season to ride, get used to, and get really comfy on. The last thing you want is a bike not, no plans confirmed for a bike. You don't feel comfortable maybe in parts, and so this year I've set some deadlines in my head, and I've said to some people, and then I've just said, right, well, if they don't work out, I'm going to buy this. And I've got these parts already, so it saves me some money, and then I'm going to focus on this. So, yeah.
Because what people might not necessarily know is that, team stuff gets sorted out, now. I mean, yeah, exactly. We're kind of late, really. Yeah. It's crazy how early you get hit with athlete CVs now. I mean, we don't get as much as we used to, actually, with Hook It. But
you guys are tight as anything.
Well, yeah, but obviously, but you do start getting it already. You start hearing rumors about people switching teams and stuff like that, and it's October now, and it's crazy, But these things do happen early.
So I have put a few things out there and started chats with a few people and stuff. So watch the space, but hopefully there'll be some kind of. I would like to think even I've got some other plans in my head, so there'll be an EWS or bust of sorts.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Okay.
Even I don't know, which is even.
Yeah, no, exactly.
It's like
I hope that helps Lawrence Cycles.
It does indeed. Okay, next let's move on to the old Facebook, and we're going to jump into the Hook It Podcast listeners closed Facebook group. And if you guys aren't in it, then get in it. Yeah, get in it. You just search it on Facebook. It's called the Hook It Podcast listeners. It's a closed group, and it's full of like-minded people
Love Painter.
who love Rich. It's almost like a fan club. Okay, let's have a scroll here. First question on this group. Aidan Ellis. Could ask him if he thinks he'd gain many places overall if he lived somewhere like Wales rather than Jersey, i.e. somewhere with mountains, etc. he could ride on regularly, or if he's managed to close that gap through fitness. Good question, Aidan. That's killer.
That is a good question. That is a bloomin' good question, Aidan. Do you know what? I think, yes, honestly, from a skills point of view, it would be a massive benefit being in the UK, unfortunately. Fitness is like something I've worked a lot on because it's something I can over here. I have the facilities and the ability to. I'm sure we may have covered this before, but yeah, like the same trails over and over, and we're very limited to digging over here. You're not really allowed,
right?
And there's nowhere to do it. So the same paths. Imagine if you just rode the same couple of trail centers over and over and over and over again.
You'd be fast, but you wouldn't be honing any skills.
No, and that's
Does it sometimes limit your how stoked you are to go for a ride sometimes? Because it's like, this is it. This is what's
really
here.
hard.
Really,
especially, do you know, almost more so in the summer is actually harder to get like pumped to go for a ride because you ride every day in the summer. So you're like, oh man, the same stuff again. Whereas in the winter, you don't get to ride as much and it's slippy and fun and dark or whatever. And so actually the winter I really like. But yeah, it is. Yeah, that's straight up. Yes, I would love to be back in the UK, being able to travel and hit different places each weekend and stuff, and a different variety. And but I would probably be earning a lot less then and not able to go to races. So
yeah, it swings and roundabouts, isn't it?
Fortunately, so
yeah.
It always, do you know what, though? Like as a add-on to that question, it always actually makes me really. That's why I love racing EWS, because I'm not just going to the UK. I'm getting to go to these awesome places and ride my bike and race.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's kind of like jumping in at the deep end every single time.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, cool. Nah, I think, and it's like we've said before with the whole thing that you're doing, it's the experience of going away with the family and just making more of a thing out of it.
Yeah.
And it's something to look back on as well, like with all the content you've created and these things and, everything.
Yeah, the result's always in my mind, though. I don't race to, like, just have fun.
No.
That's like a byproduct of it, if you like. So, I hope that helps.
That's good. Good answer, mate.
Variety's the spice of life there, unfortunately. So, and that I think counts for anyone trying to learn even riding. Like, just ride as much variation and different stuff as you can.
Yeah.
And all your skills on all these different situations will just get honed in rather than just the same thing.
True. Next question.
Okay.
Daniel Robinson. Another killer question.
Oh, okay.
The cost of his season was an interesting question. Has Rich worked out the cost if he was living in England? If so, when are you moving back?
Unfortunately, not anytime soon, mate, I'm afraid. Not anytime soon. The cost-wise, do you know what? It would save me some money because straight up at least have a 300 quid on top of wherever you go every time.
For the ferry back and forth.
For the ferry, yeah.
Yeah.
Like minimum. When I came to Ardrock, this will shock you, it was £700 for two of us.
Really?
700 quid to come over on the boat to Ardrock, yeah. That's
Jeez,
why we
that
were
is
baked
surprising.
beans. Yeah.
That's why what?
That's why we were eating baked beans. That's all we could afford after. Yeah, it was 700 quid, a return trip to the UK in Bertha.
Shit.
2 people. So, yeah, it would save me a hefty chunk. And even things like flights, obviously, I always have to come to Heathrow or Gatwick to then zip on out to other places. So there will always, definitely be an air of sort of time and money that is instantly saved just from going to the UK. Back home, I live half hour from Bristol Airport. You know, boom, drive up there. You can fly most places in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well.
So there's always going to be a van cost saved or time saved or an excess baggage cost saved and stuff like this. So it would save me a couple of grand a year at least, I should imagine. But I don't know. Yeah, I can't. It is swings and roundabouts, like Davey says. When you are on an island, it's like living in London again. Like you earn more, stuff costs more.
Yeah, exactly. It is.
That's it.
It is. That stuff always blows me away. It's always weird when you think about it like that. Like, if you sort of work and live in London, you just earn an extra whatever it is, 10 grand a year.
Yeah.
Just because you live in London, it's like doesn't make any sense at all.
But then everyone rents.
Especially now, so many people work remotely. It's like, well, you can work anywhere.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. That is the good thing about Remap. As long as I got my laptop with me, I can keep things running.
Digital nomad, they call it these days. That's the
Do they?
trendy word for it, mate. Yeah, that's the hipster word, the old digital nomad.
Bloody hipsters.
Next question.
Yeah, fire away. These are good ones, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
You've got some questions.
Mark Wilson actually is my business partner.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to know, what's your favourite tree? That's the question. That's been on everyone's lips, man, all year. Every time we do this, someone says, "What is his?"
We've been saving that one for last.
Yeah, what is his favourite tree?
Ooh.
I'm struggling to name any trees.
Oh, I could name you tons, but the silver birch, I think we're going to go for.
Nice, and the reason
It has
why?
a good bark on it.
Nice bark. You like a bit of bark,
Nice
do
bark.
you?
It's got a good colour. Good colour to it, the silver birch.
Good burner as well.
Yeah.
She'll burn well.
Yeah, I'm not really into just randomly burning trees, Mike Davey, but yeah.
All right, okay.
Don't know if you just go out and burn trees, but whatever floats your boat up for.
Yeah, the old tree arsonist.
Strikes again. Yeah, so I hope that helps, Mr. Wilson.
Yeah, good question. Thank you, sir. Next one. How
Yeah.
much? Oh, Aidan Ellis. How much for a 30-metre long, 5-metre high granite wall with a
answered this one.
hand-carved bust?
Of?
Davey. What's a bust?
I said I'd do it. A bust, like when you see like a bronze statue of someone's head.
Oh, God bless you. We'll donate that for free.
I said my rate on gargoyles is pretty cheap.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, I do that for free. I'll knock up a Davy bust anytime.
Brilliant. Last but not least, Tim Norris,
Oh, yeah.
son of Chuck.
I was just thinking of a good Chuck-related joke.
Favourite round and why? And which one would he have liked to have done but not made it, and why? Two-parter from Chuck's son.
I like it, Chuck. Favourite round, Chile. Stunning.
Right.
Like, new place, obviously, for me. Insane trails. Amazing atmosphere and place and the venue. Just everything about that race was really cool. From having massive condors like soaring above your head 4,000 meters up to super friendly, chilled South American people drinking beer and stuff like that on the deck in the hot tub. So that was, favorite race of the year, definitely. Awesome. The one I'm most gutted I missed would probably be La Tuile, because I really like it there. It's a really good, natural, gnarly race venue. and the Italians always throw a good race. So yeah, I'd have liked to have done that one. That was my first ever EWS there, and it's sort of, I think also for that reason, kind of stayed in a little soft spot for it.
Got you. Okay. Good
Yeah.
answers, mate. Good answers.
Yeah. That covered. I think that was both parts of that question covered.
Yeah, yeah, it was actually. Yeah, you nailed it. Just give me 1 second. I'm just going to check something, because sometimes when you do these old Instagram ones, you don't get to see all of the questions, and I only just realised that. Oh, one of them.
I've got a couple off of Insta spam here as well.
Okay, fire away, mate.
Okay, so
Can't submit them yourself. First one is Rich Payne.
No, okay, you're being mean. At Jean-Luc _Pinel, what got you into riding mountain bike? I don't really know. There was just some kids in primary school, like a few of us, or like early secondary school as well. And I used to I think it was called Cycling Weekly, like a roadie mag way back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just got into it, and then like a few more of us got into it, and we started doing little tracks up the local woods. Back in Somerset, we lived quite rural, so yeah, it just grew, and then I was lucky. Some really good guys. In fact, like the Athertons lived nearby, and another guy, Dan Stanbridge, and a few others who were really good racers, all got into it, and we just grew up together and got racing, and I've never looked back since. I've always been into bikes since then, since I was first race at 13 or 12, 13, and been racing ever since, I guess. So that's 21 years of racing.
Bloody hell.
Shit, I'm old.
Time flies, eh?
Yeah.
So scary, man.
That's what got me into it. Just friends when you're young and just pushing each other. So, yeah.
Good question.
Yeah?
Good question.
Oh, okay. Yeah, what's a good question? And another question from at Posapeti? Posapeti?
Cool.
Posapeti. There you go. Which was your favourite EWS round this year and why? I think we covered that one. Chile. Done.
Chile. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Nice one.
And then
man.
this one's just a shout out to Fergus Ryan. Thinks he could actually handle taking over EWS or bust. Young
Easy.
lad.
Which side of it? Mine. You can have it. Which side?
No, he wants out my job. He's after my job, man.
Oh, yeah? We're having a team rider.
No, he's useless. Only joking, Ferg. You're a good lad. But you ain't getting nowhere.
Classic.
Go on, you go. What have you got?
What? Questions for you?
Yeah, I thought you said you had some.
No, we covered it. There was two more, but they were like the same question about next year. It seems like most people wanted to know about that. So I guess...
well, I hope that sort of covered it.
As we get more information...
I can't say anything for definite next year, bike-wise or racing-wise, because nothing's come out. But I want to race EWS again. I will do my best to race EWS again. And it's back. New Zealand is the first round again next year, and I feel like a little redemption's needed.
It is after that epic first trip.
I know. It's literally a throwback to the first one, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's come full circle, brother.
It's
well, it will have when you've got there.
And hopefully finished.
Yeah.
It's almost poetic that it needs to be done, doesn't it?
It is. If you could sum up this season in 3 words, what would they be?
Emotional. Epic. And family.
Nice. I feel like we've created a little EWS or bus family, especially because we got to hang out the last round. That's pretty cool, that.
It does, and...
Not the last round, but Hard Rock, sorry.
Yeah, I think, do you know what? I know this year I've actually I did 2 races. I've only done 4 races this year, wow. EWS-wise, which is 2 less than last year, and way less than what I wanted to do. And it's been a bit of a shame. That's frustrated me, but you can only do what you can do. You got to live within your means. That's something I was taught. And I feel like I still got it and I still can do better. And that always drives me on to do the following season. I ain't getting no younger, obviously, but when you can still smash that top 100, why would you stop?
True. Yeah. You want to take that into the next, top 80, and then you just carry on riding that way from there. I know what you mean, though. It's going to keep driving you.
It does, yeah. And almost having quite the up and down season this year is actually motivation to do better next year. Like that in my head drives me like, right, this year didn't go to plan. You still had some good results, but you've got a whole nother chance next year. So, and actually we've got some cool things, which like from a Remap point of view, Mark, so the other part of Remap, wants to do an EWS. So we're going to do a little something around him as well. So we do obviously like myself as a privateer, but Mark is a proper 2.4 kids type guy.
That's brilliant.
He rides like a lot of guys nowadays. He's sort of late 30s. He rides maybe once a week if he's lucky with kids and family stuff. And we're just going to try through Remap on our YouTube page again. We're trying to sort of follow. He wants to like train, and he actually wants to race the Madeira EWS next year.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's rad.
He's never done an enduro race.
Oh right, wow.
Yeah, so we're going to see if you can sort of turn. Like, I don't want to call him an average dude, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, totally.
Or, you know, a lot of the time, your stereotypical sort of rider these days who's got like a good disposable income but just doesn't have that time to ride. Can he hit an EWS and like finish? Really?
That's rad. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Good effort.
Yeah,
and we can have him if we do the podcast, and we can
exactly. Well, yeah. I've got loads of ideas to discuss, but I think it'd be really interesting to see like a guy who rides like that. Can finish an EWS.
That's cool. Good ideas. I like it.
So yeah, keep your eyes and ears peeled on that one, guys.
It's been a cool year, man.
Yeah,
I've enjoyed it again.
Man.
You know, I think the whole thing's grown. And again, if you need them, obviously I share figures with you off air. But you know, the whole platform of this has grown, and as you know, it takes the EWS series with it, which is pretty cool. Yeah. And yeah, it's been cool, man. I always like sitting down and chatting with you. It's fun.
Yeah, definitely. Do you know what? And like, we've got some really cool listeners and people who follow us now, and you know, that's always appreciated. And they kind of get into it, and more people have got into it, and it's nice sharing the story.
It is.
I like it.
It is. Awesome, man. Well, it's been a long one. I think this is our longest EWS or Bust episode to date. And there is a bit. We need an episode name.
Oh man, we're the Ramblings.
The Ramblings is probably quite a good one.
Yeah,
the Ramblings.
We're just. I think that, I don't know if it's going to get cut out if you are listening, people. But there's a section in the middle not needed, and I'm sure we can trim it up a bit. I don't want to keep people listening for 2 hours.
The Ramblings.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go for the Ramblings. Sounds good. It's better than my name I came up with.
What did you call it? Let's hear it.
Bro Geography. I love that. All right, the Ramblings it is. And
the Ramblings.
I, first of all, want to say a huge thank you to you and to Amy.
Thank you, girl. Thank you very much. It would have been cool to get her on, actually, but she's out doing the horses.
Well, we're planning on, you never know, we might throw something down at some point before next season. Could always head over and see you. Yeah. And thanks, man, for taking the time out, because it's time out of your schedule as well after you've done this, and there's editing and there's blogs going on and all sorts of stuff. So thank you for taking the time out again all year to do it, man. It's really, really
Thanks,
good
bud.
of you.
No, I've appreciated everything that everyone's put in.
Yeah. One big happy family.
It's been fun. I've enjoyed every second of it. You know, like even just sort of, you know, telling people the highs and lows of it, and like, you know, we've had some proper good adventures again this year. So, you know, I've got some big shout outs if that's all right.
Go on then.
I know we run out of time. No, so obviously, I got to give a shout out to, like, I suppose the main sponsors who've helped me this year. So obviously you guys at Hook It Products and the Hook It Podcast.
It's not the main, not by a long shot, but yeah. Thank you.
I know, but you know, you guys have but you know, you're
very
one
kind.
of.
Very kind. Thank you.
Like Ridge Components, those guys have hooked me up with wheels and kept me running all year, faultless. Cycle Centre, keeping the bike spinning. Jersey, check them out. Fine. We got Has Designs, keeping it looking pretty fly the whole time. 77 Designs. Those guys have made some cool new little chain devices, so check them out.
Sweet.
Remap Clothing, they
Boom.
contribute.
Man.
I don't know if I've mentioned them, but you know,
once or twice.
Remapclothing.com.
There's a sale on.
Have I missed anyone? Hopefully not. I put a Jersey Sports Foundation. We've spoken about them.
Yeah.
I found out their podcast is on Podbean. I've not heard of that.
Yeah, I understand. That should be filtering out to iTunes though, so you should be able to find it on iTunes.
Have a look for those guys if you want some in-depth sports discussion.
Yeah. Trail bars.
Trail bars, yes.
Wild Trail? Wild Trail.
Wild Trail bars.
Yeah. They stepped up mid-season because you needed some trail bars. So those guys were pretty kind.
They did, yeah. So, yeah, I completely forgot. My bad. Yeah, thank you to those guys. And just everyone, like other people, 35 Bikes say, I don't know, even people at the EWS have been sound. The organisers and stuff have been really helpful. And everyone. There's been a ton of really good people out there. So we thank all of you. And most importantly, family and Jonesy, the missus. Those guys have been pivotal in keeping me rolling for sure. I'd be struggling big time.
Yeah.
So just family, friends, you guys listen, watch. Thank you to everyone. It's been emotional and making me a bit sad. So there you go.
All good. Right.
Yeah.
It's a wrap. EWS or Bust 2018. Closing the book. Moving on the bookshelf. Ready to open a new chapter.
Yeah. Oh, I should say, obviously, the episode of it will hopefully be linked into the description of this, and you can see it on the Remap YouTube page. But obviously, it'll be on Instagram at Remap and Clothing and my place and
hopefully
everywhere.
Pink Bike.
Yeah.
Those guys have. Shout out to Pink Bike. Those guys have been cool this year because that does actually really help when it goes on the front page. And they've put every episode, I think, this year on the front page.
They have. And last year, every episode since it's been going.
Oh, amazing. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so cool. All right, guys, we won't ramble on no more. Thank you, everyone. You've been awesome.
Boom. Over and out.
Cheers, Davey.
Word.
Bye, bud.
Easy. Thanks a bunch for listening, folks. Don't forget, drop us a follow at The Hook It Podcast on Instagram, Facebook. We got a closed Facebook group too. Just search on Facebook The Hook It Podcast and you'll find The Hook It Podcast listeners closed Facebook group. It's full of like-minded people, organising rides, chatting, banter, all that sort of stuff. So come over, join that. Don't forget to follow Rich at Painter25 on Instagram, Remap Clothing, obviously his company. And if you have any ideas for 2019, we would love to hear them. If you work for a company who would want to get involved in the EWS or Bust project for 2019, then please get in touch. We would love to hear from you and see if there's something we can do and work together. And don't forget, most important even, don't forget to click the link in the description and donate just a little bit of money to Jared's cause. And that would be amazing. It's time sometimes for the mountain bike community to rally together and help people. So that's it. Thanks for listening. EBUS or Bust 2018 is a wrap. Fingers are crossed, toes are crossed, the whole goddamn thing. We will hopefully see you guys in 2019. Peace out.